Hello, everyone. Please, if you're online, drop a comment. I know we've started late today again, but God will help us. Please, good evening, everyone. Good evening. We
Yeah,
are
good evening.
live.
Give me a second. Uh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I won't be able to show my. I'll be able to show my what's it called face. Though a couple of reasons. It will just be the audio. I think you've gone live already, right? I think it's live right now.
Yes, but let me send you the link so maybe you can share on your status. I will share you a different, like just the YouTube link so that you can share. So that I've sent it to you. Network is misbehaving.
Yeah, I've seen it.
People are network. Oh my god, network did me strong thing today. So
Uh,
and then I went out. I think before people come, I went out, and so I spent like coming back, having to on the gym. It just took a whole lot of here and there. That was
uh,
why it took me this time. Then you put on your system. No, it's not easy. Those that used to do this thing every day, I hail them because just yesterday and today, yesterday I know how long it took us to like get the person
that's
on
it.
stage because network on
Um,
their end, network on my end, it just kept misbehaving here and there.
yeah, yeah.
And today now, then shall we send the link out? So people should start joining in pretty soon. Let's just see if one person joined. Then we'll just begin. I'm sorry that it took this long for me to send the link.
What do you say?
I said I'm sorry that it took this long for me to
Oh,
send the link.
it's all right. It's all right. So,
I had to use StreamYard and using StreamYard. So, in fact, I was going to tell you later. Like, I had an issue trying to connect StreamYard to my Facebook, sending
oh,
the link. He told me that people that were my friends could not connect because this thing was supposed to be on Facebook. But they're
oh,
like
okay.
people that were not my friends cannot watch or something. So, no, don't 10 minutes already. You know one thing about life, I wish I can edit this part before before people join. Like we could edit this part, but we
okay.
cannot
Yeah,
because
you'd have
it's a
not gone live.
live. So
Yeah, you would have not
no,
gone live immediately. But you'd have,
I'm telling you.
yeah, you'd have just been at the back end. People that have issues will be the ones that will get to watch the replay because
Yeah, those that we join from, yeah, here. This is already like 12, 13 minutes into it, and
and if you've not
we've
shared the
not
link already,
started.
maybe you would have gone off and done it like restart it.
Yeah, we've shared the link. Should I end it and start it?
Well, you
But
would
it's
have to
going to
reshare the
take,
link.
yeah, it's going to take another long time because the thing is, network is just It's already 8 o'clock. All right, I think people are here, sir. Some people are here. Let's just. Some people are here, but we they are not because I'm trying to check if there are people here. But please, if you're here, just drop your name and where you're watching from. Drop where you're watching from so that we would know that there are people here. Please, please, please. Please, if you're with us, just drop, yeah, your name and where you're watching from. Please, thank you. I'm seeing that people are joining. Please just tell us where you're watching from. Would, of course, I want to know it. We would want to know it. And I hope you enjoyed last night's session where we talked about, emotional stability. Oh, Tony, welcome again. Welcome, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. And this weekend, network is trying their best, but they will not get us. They will not get us. So welcome, welcome. Oh, you're watching from Port Harcourt. That's beautiful. Nice to meet you. I hope I'm sure that yesterday was interesting for you because I saw your comments everywhere. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us again. Today, I told you that today will be greater than yesterday. That's the beauty about um, programs like this. Thank you for joining. Please, if you just join, tell us where you're watching from, of course. And yesterday, we looked at emotional stability. We got to know how to, stay balanced for the year. It was an awesome time learning, unlearning, and relearning. If there is nothing, one of the things that just kept ringing in my head yesterday was he said, you have to sieve what you take in, and waiting is speed in the kingdom of God. I don't know how many of you got that yesterday. The speaker told us waiting is speed in the kingdom of God, and we need to keep our emotions in check. We need to protect our energy this year. So I don't want to waste your time. Today we're going to be talking about, guess, actually, is there in the link, turning your creativity into financial gains in 2025. All the speakers that have been speaking through the G series program, they are people that I have had personal encounter with, and in one way or the other, they've affected my life positively. And our speaker today is that kind of person. I met him, I think, 2 years ago. Yeah, I met him in 2023, and I was, oh my god. Since then, the way I used to hold him, if I'm having problem, I'm sure that by now, if he was not a good person, he'd have been tired. He'd have been tired of me because I'm always running to his DM. What do I do? How do I get this sorted? Because when it comes to money, finance, when it comes to turning your creativity, making something good out of it. When I began my coaching class, he was the first person I met, and he was telling me, "Why not do it, do it, do it?" So he's the perfect person for this topic today, and he's none other than Mr. Lucky James. If you sit down with him, you know what I'm talking about. Today, you have an opportunity to, hear from him and speak to him. And just like yesterday, you're going to be learning a lot. Oh, welcome, welcome, Esther. You're watching from Zara. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. I was once in Zara. Thank you, thank you. Um, so please, without wasting much much of our time. Get your jotter, get your pen, because what Lucky is about to tell us today. See, you should pay to get it, but we are getting it free of charge. And this is me saying thank you, sir. Thank you for honoring me every time I beckon on you to speak to my community. It's been an amazing ride, and I don't take you for granted. So I'm going to leave the stage now. The stage is all yours. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I'm excited, and it's a pleasure as well to be here today to share value with everyone in the building. I'm super excited to know that there are people here, who are
Network just kicked him out. What's going on? Hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. He will definitely join back. That's the problem about. He will soon join back. You know, he already told me that network is bad where he is, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Please, if you're with me, let me know. You should go and be inviting people. Remember that we said today we should have 6, 9, 12, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. That's the amount of, like, want them in their hundreds tripping in. And network is a problem. Please, okay. Thank you, Francis. Thank you. Network is a lot. Hopefully he comes back to join us because we need him today. But how many of you went through what we learned yesterday? We learned yesterday. I think that's the word. Like yesterday, I just kept asking myself, Esther, we need to be stable emotionally this year, to move forward. We need to. Thank you so much. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Esther. It's so nice. Did you invite somebody today? Did you invite somebody personally today? We call back this network in Jesus' name, because no, this network is not supposed to do this on us today. It's not at all. It's not. Wow. Said I did. It was fabulous and I learned a lot yesterday. I'm so glad. See, the reason why we do all this is so that we could learn, is so that we could be better. No, they said one of the problems people have, or one of the regrets you would have in your lifetime, is that the same place where people met you, that is the same place they are meeting you. There is no increase, there is no decrease. They're just meeting you at that point. And whenever we have programs like this, or meetings like this, or master classes like this, it's so that people can learn, so that people can become more. Somebody I met somebody recently. And the person was, so we spoke, and he was like, oh, the first time I ever spoke to you. Sorry. He was like, oh, the first time I ever spoke to you, I saw you like this very, lazy person. You don't like stress, you don't like work, and all of that. But just having a discussion with you, I'm seeing that you have a lot of things going on in your head. How do you cope? How do you cope? And I was, at that moment, we're just talking, and I was like, see, if you me, I don't know. I just have this desire that I wish I could bring everybody and just, implant in them, you know, productivity strategies, implant in them positivity, growth. I wish everybody can just be moving at the same pace. Everybody is interested in becoming more, in becoming that thing that represents God in their life. Do you get? Because we're all called to be people. We're all called to be, somebody. We are called for a purpose in life, and we have, in fact, we have to achieve. I think there was something the speaker said yesterday on that note. The person, she, she said, productivity is not about you. Is not what you show people, but what you truly become. And then she said it is betting results in your path of purpose. Who had that? Who had that when she said that? It is betting results in your path of purpose. There must be results. You understand? Is one thing to crave and to tell yourself, oh, I'm purposeful. Oh, this is my purpose in life. Is another thing to be productive in it, because what God is interested in is that you are using that thing He has given you to become more. You are using that thing He has given you to become more. So you're becoming more is your productivity. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about who can tell me the topic of tomorrow. I want to see if anybody has gone through our flyer. Who can tell me the topic of tomorrow? Who can tell me the topic of our tomorrow? Yeah, I know it's something in line with purpose. Who can tell me? Can anybody try? I know some people are going to go and look at the flyer sharp sharp. Even me say, let me go and look at the flyer too. Who can tell me? Who can tell me? Let me know. Who can tell me the topic of our program tomorrow? We've treated emotional stability. Today we are treating financial gains. It's just the whole network problem. Tomorrow we are treating what? There are people here on this live. What are we treating tomorrow? Are there people typing? Correct. Clarity and vision. That's like in a nutshell. Clarity and vision. Clarity and vision. That's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. We'll be talking about clarity and vision. And we'll just be explaining, because tomorrow is masterclass. So as much as everybody's invited, we are speaking to people who know that they have purpose, and you just need clarity towards it. And everybody needs clarity, even myself. The truth is that when you find clarity to that purpose and then you have a vision, you need more clarity. It only gets deeper. It only gets deeper. It's ambiguous, and then we have to streamline it down. We have to streamline it down. So purpose and vision is not mouth. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I don't know if any of us are interested in tomorrow's topic. you know you should be. Network. Hmm. Network. Just one person is on life. You know? Or do we just, I don't know. Network. Even network is just as though it wants to take me off and take me on. Or do we then talk about yesterday's topic today and tomorrow's topic, I mean today, because I don't know. Is he back? Network. Oh, he's back. All right. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Network.
Yeah, the network these days it's been very, very, very funny. Like it just comes on, it goes off. It is well. Sorry about the breaking
It's
transmission.
fine. It's fine.
All right, so once again, good evening, everybody. What we're looking at tonight is turning your creativity into financial gains in 2025, right? Now, in simple words, that's more like how you can get to make money from what you are good at, from what you can bring to the table, from what you can get to create. How do you go about turning what you can create into something that will get to put money in your pocket in 2025? All right, that's what we're looking at. There are lots of creative people on the internet, lots of people who are good, pretty much talented at what they do. Maybe they're into graphic designs, they're into singing, they're into one thing or the other. And when it comes to being when it comes to doing what they have to do, they are able to do it so well. But yet these people really struggle, right? You see a lot of them. They struggle with being able to monetize what they are good at. And it doesn't have to be so always, right? You can always, if you know your way around it, you can always get to monetize what you can do, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you today because it's something I've done personally for myself over the years, right? Now, when it comes to doing this, the first thing you want to ensure you do is that you want to first identify what your creative niche. You want to ask yourself, what exactly is it that I am good at, that people will be willing to pay me money for? Because one thing about being a creative at times as well is that it's not every idea or it's not everything you can actually do that will bring in a lot of money to you. There's some things you can do that people might not really be willing to pay for. And there's some things that you can do that people might be willing to pay for it, but it might not be something so much of value to them that they would be so eager to pay. There are a lot of things, or there are a lot of things people can create, but not everything people create and put out there that people will be really interested in solving or in getting. Sorry. So the first thing you want to do is you want to ask yourself, what exactly am I passionate about, right? It does not always have to revolve around passion when it comes to finding or choosing what creative niche you want to go into. Okay. It does not always have to be about passion. But passion can also go a long way to make it easier for you, unlike someone who is trying to go into a niche they're not passionate about. Okay, so you don't always have to be like, okay, it has to be something I'm passionate about. But passion is going to give you an edge. But one thing about passion as well too is that you don't necessarily always need to be passionate from the start. But when you get into what it is you need to do, there's most likely every tendency that if it's bringing you the money, which is what you're interested in at the end of the day, and the passion is going to follow in with time. Okay, so there are three things you always need to consider when it comes to a creative niche, or when it comes to you deciding which of the creative niche you want to go into. Now, first of all, when it comes to choosing a niche, there are a lot of angles you can get to think about. You can think about, what am I good at, from the angle of your skills and talent, right? Your talent is something that you can do even if you've not been trained in it. So you can get trained on that talent. You can that thing you're talented at. So you'll be able to do what, to put it out there at an amazing height that people would really be interested in. Now, a skill is something you've learned over the years. There are a lot of skills out there that you could learn. You could learn graphic designing, you could learn copywriting, you could learn creative writing. There are lots of creative skills out there as well too that you can decide to learn. And after getting to learn this skill, then you can get to do what? Choose to build your creative brand, or to build your brand around this creative angle that you've learned, via the whatever method or way you decided to do, or to learn the skill you want to learn. So you can also decide that you want to build around your profession. There are a lot of people on the internet right now that are building their brands around their professions. A Doctor is one example I always share. He shares content consistently on social media, and his contents literally revolve around what? Around his profession. So you can also decide to do it to make a profession your creative niche. Okay. I can also make it your experience. There's someone I know who decided to go into relationship coaching because of a heartbreak he went through. It was so critical that he was like, man, I don't want anyone to go through this kind of heartbreak. It was that bad, right? This person had to, learn more about relationships, take classes and the rest of it, just to become good at, what's it called? Understanding how relationships work, so he can share knowledge with others that will prevent what happened to him from happening to them. So it was an experience that he decided to make his what? His creative niche. And as he shares content from time to time and he grows his audience, there's definitely people that would want to maybe pay for one-on-one mentorship. Or if he gets to introduce other monetization options like I would share later on, I can also get to do it to make money from. Okay, so the first thing is that you want to pick out what your creative niche is, right? And when it comes to you getting to pick out what your creative niche is, you can decide to do what you can try to look at what you're passionate about. You can decide to look at what you can do, the skills you can offer. You can decide to look at the profession you're in. And one thing you need to consider majorly if you're trying to build or if you're trying to go into a niche because you want to profit from it, right? Turning creativity into financial gains. If you're looking at getting into a niche because you really want to make money from that niche, like you want to be in a niche that is going to bring in money to you, one of the things you need to do is, and now before that, one thing you need to also understand before that is that there are some things you might be really passionate about that might not bring you money easily, or you don't even if it's going to bring you money, it's going to take a long period of time before you be able to realize money from it, or before you be able to even make good. You might be making money before you be able to make good money from it. It might take a long period of time. Now, one example is something like dancing, right? If you're someone who knows how to dance very well, the chances that you would get to start building a brand around that on social media that would help you make a lot of money, it's going to take a long period of time, like a long period of time, because it's not something that people are really, really so freaked about, in the sense that maybe I want to learn how to dance, so I have to pay this person to teach me, or maybe my kids want to learn how to dance, I'll have to pay this person to teach them, right? So it happens, but the numbers of people that will be interested in this particular problem you're solving is going to be very, very slim. And when the numbers are slim, it reduces the chances of making what? Of making profit. Because profit is literally you solving the problems of people and them getting to exchange what? Money in return for your service, right? So if you're looking at making profit, the niche you want to go into has to be something that can solve a critical problem or series of problems that a lot of people have. So you want to ask yourself, what kind of problems do people have? And this particular niche I'm in at the moment, can it solve their problems? Or what kind of problems can it solve? If you cannot solve critical problems that people have, the tendency that you'll be able to easily convert it into a money-making niche is going to be slim. It's going to be hard. Why? Simply because it's not revolving around something that lots of people are really, really interested in the sense that the problems it can solve is not something that keeps them up at night. Something they can always ignore because maybe it might not have much lasting impact in their in them as an individual. An example now is let's use dancing as well as an example. If for instance I'm a dancing coach and I'm like trying to build my brand as a dancing coach on social media, and there's one other person out there. Okay, let me use Aproko Doctor for instance. Aproko Doctor actually is out there as well. So he has grown. Let's say I've grown my brand. My brand is actually big. Aproko Doctor has grown his brand. His brand is also big as well, and someone decides that, or someone needs a service, or someone has two needs, right? There are two problems a particular person have. Now, the first problem is that his child is down and his child needs medical attention, right? And the second, this still the same person, okay, still the same person. This same person has another child that wants to learn how to dance, right? One child wants to learn how to dance. She has been following my content for a long period of time. Just told her dad about me, how that she's going to pay for my upcoming dancing training that is for 50,000 naira. Let's say 50,000 naira, right? And now the child out there, the child is ill, another child of the same particular person. And now this particular person follows Aproko Doctor whenever it comes to medicine related things. Aproko Doctor is the person he always goes to. If there's a scenario where, let's say, the only amount he had to spend at that moment was, let's say, 60,000 naira, right? That's the all the money he could spend at that moment. And now the dancing class was going to cost 50,000 naira. Getting to take the child to Aproko Doctor for treatment was going to cost, let's say, 50,000 naira. Who do you think the man would want to give that 50,000 naira? I mean, these two things are problems, right? One problem is the daughter wants to learn how to dance, and I'm holding a class to teach the daughter how to dance. Another problem, another daughter of the same particular person is ill, and Aproko Doctor is the solution to that particular problem. If we were to be that man, who would you choose? Or who do you think the man would want to allocate 50,000 naira out of the 60,000 naira he has to at the end of the day? Right? It most likely be who? Aproko Doctor. Because why? We can always learn to dance another day, some other time, or we can even decide not to dance at all, and there's not going to be an issue. Life is going to go on. There are a lot of people that don't know how to dance, and in fact, their life is going on. It's not like I can dance, right? So dancing is what is something that someone can just simply overlook because it's a problem you're solving, but it's not really a critical problem that would make people want to lose sleep over. But imagine a child that is ill. Maybe the child is even throwing up, child is feeling hot and all of that. You will be running helter skelter to see to it that that child gets what medical attention so that it does not get worse than it currently is at the moment. And the same thing applies to a niche. So you can decide to choose any niche you want to choose, fine and good. But the amount of money you will make from the niche is defined by what? The degree, excuse me. So yeah, it's defined by the what? By the degree of what? These problems. So if this particular problem has a degree that is so high, like degree of importance is so high, people would most likely feel ready to invest into that particular thing because the degree of importance is so high as compared to something that the degree of importance is not so high. So there are three things you always need to consider to know if the niche you're in is something that people would really want to spend their money on. Now, one of the first thing is what? The first thing there is health. The second thing there is wealth. And the third thing there is what? Relationship. If your niche is something around relationship, or if your niche is something around helping people make money, which is wealth, or maybe your niche is around helping people stay healthy, there's every tendency that you would make a lot of money from your niche. And why is it that you're going to make a lot of money from your niche? It's simply because these are three critical problems that people always want to attend to. Okay, people who are ill are looking for ways to do it, to recover. People who are broke are looking for ways to do it, to make money. Money is very important in this life. If you don't have money, it's literally like, I mean, even if you don't have it a lot, just at least have something to keep you up and going, right? So money is very important, and relationship is also what? Very important, right? Relationships are very important. I mean, these days we have lots of people that are doing what? Falling apart in their marriages, right? And as important as marriage is in our society, people are still finding it difficult to stay married for lots of reasons, for lots of issues. And there are people that want to happily stay married, but because of issues they might have little or no control over, or because of inexperience with relationship to dealing with these issues, it becomes difficult for them to manage these issues, which gets to bring about a lot of people getting to split here and there. So if someone is in a relationship niche, there's every tendency that you'll be able to make a lot of money because people want to make wise decisions before getting married. Why? They want to ensure that they don't get to get married today and tomorrow they're trying to sign divorce papers, or those who are already in existing marriages want to get relationship advices and help to ensure that they're able to stay married for long. So these three things, if your niche is something around any of these three things, if you get to do it well, if you get to play your game well, you'll be able to make a lot of money as opposed to every other niche that is out there. So ask yourself, the niche you're currently in, is this something related to helping people make money? Is there a way that your niche can help people make money? If your niche is something like that and you tailor your message around that, then what is going to happen is that you'll make a lot of money. If someone just come on social media and the person is like, I'm going to teach you how to write, or I help you write amazing content, they might not take the person so serious. But if the person decides to fine-tune what they do around the wealth angle, what is going to happen is that lots of people will be interested in that particular person's services. So if I come on socials and I'm like, I'm a writer and I write amazing content, and some other person comes on and person is like, I'm a writer as well too, but I write content that would get to make your brand become visible to the people who need what you are selling, which means what? They are going to come and give you money and you make money at the end of the day. You most likely would want to go to that person that is what? Make helping you make money. This other person is going to write amazing content that would also help you make money. Fine. But based on the fact that this person didn't mention that, didn't include that, you didn't get to see that this person's content could also help you do that. So people are really interested about making money, getting to stay healthy, and fixing their relationships. So find a way to ensure that whatever your niche is about, it should revolve around any of this. Make people hear and see how you can help them achieve any of this. And so it's up to you to look for the connection in what you do. What do you do at the moment? What's the connection? You're a graphic designer. As a graphic designer, do you think you can make people get healthy? Do you think you can help make people's relationship better? Do you think you can get to help people become wealthy? Think about it and find a way to connect it. When you make that connection, it becomes super easy for people to want to pay you for your services. And also, still under the number one of you getting to identify your creative niche, to also you want to also figure out what makes you unique. Okay, so there are lots of people out there. Everyone is literally complaining about network in the comment section. It is well. This network is something else. It's been terrible, but it is well. Okay, so you want to figure out what makes you unique. So what makes you unique is very important. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because you're not the first person that want to do what you want to do at the moment. I mean, you're not the first person. There are tons of people already doing what you want to do. Whatever it is you want to go into, hairdressing, fashion designing, graphic designing, website designing, copywriting, content creation, affiliate marketing, whatever it is you want to do, there are people already doing it. The market is saturated. The market is crowded. So you want to figure out what makes you unique, because it's your uniqueness that would help you stand out from the crowd. Okay, and when you're able to stand out from the crowd, your uniqueness, it becomes easy for you to attract more people that will be willing to pay you for your services. So think about it. What makes you unique? Figure it out. And when you're able to figure out what makes you unique, then you want to include it, you want to impute it into the messaging you'll be using to communicate to people about what it is that you do. All right. Now, the next thing you want to do here, is that you want to build your online presence. We're looking at turning creativity into what? Profit making. We already know you're a creative person. You've been able to figure out what your creative abilities are, right? You figured it out already completely. Now you're not like, okay, now I've been able to figure out that this is what I want to do. This is the niche I want to focus on. Now I figured that out. How do I exactly get to turn this into money? Good. I know how to make clothes. How do I get to turn this knowledge of making clothes into money? Good. I know how to make female wears or bags. How do I get to turn this particular knowledge I have into what? Making money. So the next thing you want to do to make that a reality is that you need to build your online presence. Very, very important. Because the thing is, to make money, you need to exchange what you have with people interested in it in return for what? For that money. So I have something I'm doing. Let's say I have an orange right now with me. This orange is my skill. This orange is my creative ability. If I want to make money, what do I have to do? I need to look for someone who wants orange. I give this particular person the orange, and the person is going to give me what? Money in return. So you have a creative skill on ground, right? You've been able to figure out what your creative skill is, and now make money using your creative skill. So what you want to do is to do what? You want to exchange that creative skill with people that need it. So the higher the number of people that comes knocking at your door for your orange, the higher the amount of money you're going to make. So if no one knows about your orange, irrespective of how sweet your orange is, you won't make money, right? So if you want to make money, you don't need to just have that skill. You also need people interested in the skill. So if you have lots of oranges, but in a place where people don't like oranges, no one is going to give you money for what they don't want, right? So social media is what makes it possible for you to reach millions and even billions of people that will be interested in the skill you have to offer. which is why you want to take it serious when it comes to do what? Building your online presence. So the first thing you want to do is to create a portfolio, because you're talking about turning your creative self, your creative abilities, your creative niche into a money making venture here, right? So the first thing you want to do is to have a portfolio, because we are assuming right now that you're a creative person already. We are assuming right now that you're good at what you do. You have results to show that you're good at what you do. If you say you're a fashion designer, you've sewn amazing wares, you have pictures of these wares, you have testimonials from people that have sewn these wares, and they're like, this guy is good at what he does. And people can see the pictorial evidence that this particular person is putting on this clothes that was sewn by this fashion designer, and he looks so good. So yes, I would want him to sew mine. This website was created by one Mr. Timothy, and it looks so amazing. Like, man, this is good. So I would definitely want Mr. Timothy to be the one as well in charge of what? Of my website. Right? So that's why having a portfolio is very important if you want to turn your creative skills into money, into profit. So a portfolio is just simply a representation. There are lots of ways you can create a portfolio. You can create it with Canva. You can create it with, in fact, there are lots of ways you can do it. You can even use Google Docs to create a portfolio. There are lots of ways you can go about it. But the idea of a portfolio literally is just you simply showcasing what you can do to other people who will be interested in that service in a way that would make them believe that you're good at what you do. All right, because people tend to need proof. You cannot just walk up to me and tell me that you're an amazing hairstylist or you're an amazing barber. Let's use barbering for an instance, because there are lots of things I change easily, but barbers are one of the things I don't change easily. If someone is going to use my hair to go and learn work, right? If someone walks up to you and just be like, I would like to, or I want to barb your hair, even if the person is offering it for free, I most likely will reject that proposal. Except maybe I can see proof. Maybe the person shows me pictures and I'm like, okay, this is proof this guy knows what he can do. Because I don't want someone to come and mess up my hair in the name of barbing. I've gone to lots of places in the past where they had to barb my hair and it was literally trash. I was like, why did I even come here in the first place? So these experiences have shaped me in a way. If I want to barb hair at a place, I need to be like, okay, let me see who this particular barber has barbed in the past. What did it look like? And I can get to make decisions if I would want to barb with them or not. Okay, so people also feel the same way, because most times lots of people have paid service deliverers to deliver one service or the other to them, and at the end of the day they didn't really get exactly what they were hoping to get, right? Which has made it difficult for them to just want to be like, he said he's good, let me believe that. They want to see proof that you're really good at what you do. They want to see proof that yes, you're a good writer. You write content that drives sales. So your portfolio is where you get to put down what you've said you're good at. In your portfolio, you tell them, I'm a creative designer. These are designs I've designed in the past. This was the results from the brands that used the designs for the product campaign, for their marketing campaign. So when people can see this proof in your portfolio, it becomes easy for them to do it, for them to reach out and be like, fine, let's finalize this deal, and this is money for you. Get me, or come get the service done for me, right? So it's very important to have what? A portfolio. And the next thing you want to do is to build a strong social media presence. So once you have a portfolio, the next thing you want to now start thinking of is what? I want to build a presence on socials. Because a portfolio as well too is just like having a bunch of oranges without having people who will be willing to pay for those oranges being around. So you've already fine-tuned, you've arranged it, you've shown them that you've been able to document or in a way that you're good at what you do. Now is now the time for you to do what you have to do to acquire the audience of people that will be interested in your service, which is what brings in the aspect of you getting to do what? Getting to build a strong social media presence. If you want to build a strong social media presence, one of the first things you need to do is optimize your social media profiles. Okay, you want to optimize your profiles, and optimizing your social media profile is just getting to set your profile in order in a way that someone can land on your page, and then your page looks presentable. Your page looks like something they would want to hang around on, or something they would want to be around for a while. So I always tell people, when you think about your profile on socials, think about it like a normal house where you live. No one would want to stay around an environment that is dirty, filled with unclean things and all of that. Which is why you have to ensure that your profile on social media is well created. You have an amazing picture, you have your bio in order, you have your pin post. You need to set these things up in order so that it'll be easy for you to do it. Get people, land on your page, and get them to follow you. Okay. So after optimizing your profile, content creation is now very, very important in building a strong presence, because at the end of the day, people that would get to follow you on social media will get to follow you because of the value you have to offer. And the only way you can present the value you have to offer to the market is through content. A Aproko Doctor is putting out what content every day, literally sharing value, right? He's sharing this value through content. So whatever it is you do as a creative person, you need to communicate that value to the audience through content. Educate them. You said you're a writer who can help people write, and the writing, whatever it is you write, is going to give them money. Fine, good. You've said so. Make them see that yes, you know what you're talking about. Come on social media, create content to educate them about writing, teach them about the importance of signs, about the importance of grammatical, what's it called? The importance of avoiding grammatical errors and the rest of them, how it affects their content. Talk about psychology of humans and how it affects the way you should structure your content and all of that. Make them see that yes, you know your subject quite well, because when you're able to create content that hold these people's attention, content that make them perceive that you know what you're doing, and the aspect of them getting to give you money becomes very, very easy, because you've been able to prove from your content that yes, indeed, you're valuable. You know what it is that you're doing out there. Okay. And still on building your presence, the next thing you want to do, aside from just creating content, is to consider authoring something. Okay, consider authoring something. Now, you can choose to maybe author a book, you can choose to launch a podcast, you can choose to launch a YouTube channel, but do something out of the norms. Do something that is not just content creation. Everyone is doing content creation. So it becomes difficult for people to see you as a person of authority when there are lots of other people doing the same thing as you. In fact, there are other people who are creating more amazing content than you can create at the moment. More amazing content than you can think about in the same niche you're in. So why would someone want to follow you over some other person? Right? So it's very, very important for you to do it. Go past just putting out content on socials if you want to build a strong presence. Okay, don't stop at just creating content and posting. That's what everyone does, and in fact these days it's very easy to do that with the introduction of AI. Literally anyone can go to Chat GPT, can go to Gemini, can go to any other AI tool for content creation, and content is going to be churned out in a short period of time. So content is no longer enough, is no longer sufficient for those who want to monetize their creative abilities. So what you want to do is you want to go past content. Author on a book. When you author a book, your name is behind the book. There's a sense of authority that people would accord to you because you were able to author a book. Okay. You can choose to start a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is not a normal thing. Like, it's not something everyone does. And even those who actually start, not all of them even stay consistent for a long period of time. So if you're able to start a YouTube channel, if you're able to launch a blog, a newsletter, launch a book, any of these things outside of content would help position you as an authority. And in our world today, One of the easiest ways to increase the chances of people getting to exchange money with you for the value you have to offer is them believing that you're good at what you do, is them seeing you as an individual of authority. All right. So the third thing here you want to do is that you want to explore the monetization strategies, right? You've been able to figure out what niche it is you want to be on. You've started creating content that would help you build your presence. You've even stepped it up with, let's say, maybe start a YouTube channel. You've done these two things, fine and good. This is where a lot of people stop, most especially creatives. A lot of creatives have the niche, they're there, create content, they are there. In fact, their content is doing very, very well in engagement, but they struggle to make money. They are broke. They think it's about adding more followers, so they keep on praying for more followers. They keep on trying to create more viral content because they believe that when their audience grows to a very, very large number, it's going to be easy for them to make money. The truth is that as a creative individual, making money on social media is not really limited or is not really tied down to the amount of followers you have. There are people with less than 1,000 followers who are making thousands of dollars on the internet, on social media. What matters the most is your what? Your portfolio, showing that you're really good at what you do, and also being able to market strategically the service you have to offer to the followers or to the audience you have at the moment. If you're not able to effectively communicate what your services are, you might have thousands of followers, but then you will still struggle to do it, to make sales, because you're failing to communicate to them that this is something I have that is going to be valuable to you. So you need to pay me money for this. They'll just end up creating memes and irrelevant content that would help them grow their followers, fine. By the end of the day, they're not making money, right? So it's very important for you to do what? Not stop at just choosing a niche and start creating content. You want to think past that angle, think to the angle of what are the monetization options out there that I can explore to do what? To make money. All right. Now, the first monetization option I'll be talking about here is freelancing. So freelancing is just you simply getting to maybe work for an individual, maybe work for a business on a project, for a period of time and all of that. You just that's what freelancing is about. So if I'm a graphic designer right now, freelancing would be me doing what? Offering my graphic designing services right now to a business or to an individual, offering my services and getting paid for it. Freelancing is a monetization option you can get to explore. And now, all the monetization options I'm going to talk about as well now, if you want to explore each of them, you need to do what? You need to put our word there that this is what I do, and I need what? And I need people who need my services to reach out. So you don't want to stop at creating just educational content and all of promotional content as well. Now, one thing is that it's social media and people don't really like to be sold to. So you don't want to be always so salesy with your content on social media. You want to sell from a social angle. It's not always that you just create content, come and buy, but you want to sell to people from a creative angle. Let's say, for instance, right now, I want to sell what would I want to sell? I want to sell female bags. Instead of me just always continuing to post something like come and buy female bags, come and buy female bags, this bag is going to look good on you and all of that, I can decide to come from an angle of what problems do people have, or do ladies have, or what desires do they have that is so important for them that would make them want to buy a bag. So when I want to create my content now, I'm not going to focus my content on buying a bag. My content is going to be focused on solving that problem they have. Right? What problems do they have? create content structure to solve the problem. So I'll be like, okay, if you're finding difficult, or if you want to look presentable, when you go out, or if you want to stand out from the crowd, and this and this and that and that and that, these are the things you need to do. First of all, you need to start dressing nice. Second of all, you need to do that. Third of all, you need to do that. Share something very helpful. And I'll tell them at the end of the post that now that you've learned all of this, one of the things you need to ensure you include, maybe to your fashion, to your wardrobe, is a bag that can help you achieve all I've shared. If you're interested in getting this bag, maybe send me a DM, or this is the details, or check in the comment section. It depends on what you're interested in. So money is only going to come when you sell to people. That's the only way you can get to make money, when you sell something to someone. But the truth is, you don't always have to sell directly, because when you're trying to sell directly, most times people would always want to say no. Everyone has lots of things they want to use their money for. So you don't want to just go straightly and start selling to people. Go from a social angle. This is social media. Connect with them, connect with their problems, highlight it, make them see how that it's important for them to solve their problems. Because one thing, there are people that have problems, but they don't know it's important for them to solve their problems. Like, they don't understand the importance of them getting to solve that problem. So your content needs to revolve around the problems they have, make them see why it's an issue, make them see how that you can help them solve that problem. Okay, so if you tell someone, for instance, let's say for instance right now, no one knows about cancer, no one knows what cancer is about, for instance, in the sense that maybe it's a new disease, and it's not yet out in public or to the world that, okay, if someone has cancer, these are the dangers, right? So if you tell someone they have cancer, they won't really understand how maybe critical that could be. If it's not maybe telling, let's say it's not telling on their health already, maybe it's not telling on their health already. This is just a scenario, you understand? So you just tell the person that you have cancer, the person will be like, okay. The person might not take it so seriously, but now imagine, right, you have cancer and you're going to die in a week from now if you don't do this particular thing. What do you think is going to happen? This person would most likely do all they can to see to it that they get to provide the money that is needed to solve that problem. So they get to provide the money that is needed. Like, I'm a writer, I'm a social media manager, I'm a social media manager, I'm a social media manager. You don't want to just do that. Tell them what it is you are, or maybe tell them about the problems you can solve. Now, tell them why it's important for them to solve that problem. Tell them how that, can you see that you're leaving money on the table, right? Because why? Instead of outsourcing your writing to someone like me, who writes content that can bring in money, you're using, or you're sharing content that is either attracting the wrong audience, or that does not even bring results at all. Okay. So that's very important. So freelancing is one of the first skill you can explore. Sorry, is one of the monetization strategies you can explore. Another monetization strategy you can get to explore is selling digital products. Okay, I know someone. He's a creative. When he started out on socials, he started out with creating content on tech. He shares tech reviews from time to time, and amazing stuff he was doing back then. So amazing stuff he was doing back then, and he was growing his audience. So along the line, he still shared videos to review tech and the rest of it, but he moved from just that to selling digital products. So now he sells digital products that gets to help him make money without having to rely on just Instagram, YouTube, because it's on YouTube he was on, without having to just rely on YouTube to pay him. So right, let's say for instance now, the gadget, like I told you already, he reviews gadgets. So maybe in the past he would just review a gadget and maybe he gets to return it to maybe a person he bought it from, or however it is they get to do it. But this time now, he now sells this gadget. So whatever content it is he's creating, he gets to tell you that, okay, this is the link to purchase what this gadget he has just reviewed. So if you're buying that gadget, because he now sells physical, what's it called, digital products. Okay, this example I'm giving now is for physical product, but it also applies to digital product in the sense from a digital angle. The physical product is, physical, something you can see, tangible stuff. So the example I was just giving now is a scenario for physical product. So yeah, for physical products, so now he now does what? He now sells those review items. So when he makes a video reviewing an item, let's say maybe he review a new phone that is out there, he also gets to make you understand that, okay, oh, I'm not just reviewing this phone, I'm also selling the phone. And the phone is available on my shop, come and buy it. Because he has created the content already to tell you the importance of, okay, this is why this phone is important, or this is why this phone is better than this phone, this is why this and that. You would feel that, I mean, for him to have done all of this already, fine. I mean, let me buy it from him instead of elsewhere, right? He started also selling other gadgets as well too, and now he has a full-blown, what's it called, business where he sells physical products. It all started from him creating what just content, reviewing tech stuff on YouTube. Okay, so content creation is also one monetization strategy you want to explore. But the issue with trying to monetize content creation is that it takes a long time, way long time most times. And this is because majorly for Africans, monetization options often take time for them, right? So this content creation part is more like you just creating content to grow your audience. So as your audience grow, just like YouTube, as your audience grew on YouTube, there's the amount of followers you would get to, there's an amount of watch time you would also get to, and when you get this, YouTube will start paying you. I think Facebook has it. I don't know about Instagram, but Facebook has a way it pays creators. X, which is formerly Twitter, also has a way it pays creators. So maybe you don't have a product you want to sell. You can also focus on what monetizing your content. But the problem is that this one is harder because it's going to take a while for you to grow your followers to a point where you will not be monetized. Now the platform will not have to start paying you. One thing as well too is that as you don't have to only wait for platforms. Let's say you've been able to grow a big, a huge audience. You don't have to only wait for what's it called. Excuse me, for platforms to pay you. You can also get to run ad services in the sense that you can reach out, or you can make a post and to tell business people that, okay, well, I've grown my audience to this amount of followers, and this is what my audience is about. This is what I talk about. If you want to get more visibility for your brand, fine and good, pay this amount, and I'm going to help you put out your content, right? So this particular one takes time because you have to think about growing your followers first before you can do what you can achieve that. Okay, so there's freelancing, there's selling of digital and or physical products, and there's content creation. So these are different monetization options you can get to explore that would get to go a long way to help you adequately monetize your creative abilities more better. Okay, now the fourth thing you want to put to mind with respect to what we're looking at today is that you want to network and collaborate. So you want to look out for other creators out there and try to collaborate with them. Collaboration is crucial for growth. Collaboration is important for growth. So find other creators out there and collaborate with them. You might be making money right now and you feel that it's a lot. And you get to hear other creators talk about how they are making like 5-10 times more than that. And that alone can help inspire you to become much more intentional. And they can also share their strategies with you. Okay, so it's also important for you to do what connect with other creators out there. When you connect to them, you can learn from them, they can learn from you. It becomes a win-win at the end of the day for better business results. Okay, so you also want to seek what mentorship. Don't always imagine that you've got it all figured out. There are times you might feel that you know it all and all of that and all of that. But then mentorship would go a long way to open your eyes to things that you didn't see, you didn't imagine, you didn't know was possible. Because these people have been in the game for a long period of time and they can see life from a lot of spectrum, they can see life from a lot of angles, which makes it easier for them to make what decisions at times that tends to be what much better. Because why? They are well advanced, they have been able to go through all you're going through right now. The fact that they are where they are at the moment means that they survived, right? It means that they what? They survived. So mentorship will go a long way to help you when it comes to being able to convert that creative ability of yours into money. Okay. So build relationships and what? So you build relationships with potential what clients. But there are people that you feel that okay, this person is the kind of person that would need my product and services. You can build relationships with them because when you have a relationship with them, it makes it easier for them to excuse me. So it makes it easier for them to reach out to you whenever it is they need to attend to that problem because they most likely now have known that you can solve that particular problem that they have. Okay. So now the fifth thing we're looking at, which is the last but not the least, is what is that you want to stay ahead of the curve. It is very, very important for you to do what? Stay ahead of the curve. So you want to embrace new technology. Currently, AI is a leading trend. Every nook and cranny on the internet, someone is talking about AI, AI this, AI that, AI content creation, AI marketing, AI money making, AI that. So AI is now one of like the most talked about thing and all of that on the internet right now. So if you want to do what to make money, then you have to ask yourself, since AI is what is currently the technology on ground, how do I get to adapt to it even if I don't know how to use it before? How do I get to adapt to it in a way that can help me get the results I want to get? Okay, so embrace new technology. The next thing you want to do is to stay updated to what to industry trends. You want to try to pay attention on what are the trends happening in this particular industry I am at, because understanding these trends would also make it easier for you to stay updated and know how you can get to make better decisions to improve your finances. Okay. The last but not the least, under staying ahead of the curve, is to continuously improve your skills. Don't feel or don't think or don't act like you know it all. You can never know it all when it comes to creativity or when it comes to a creative niche. So be open to do what? To improving. What do you currently do? Continuously improve, continuously take classes, take sessions, do whatever it is you need to do to make you much better than you currently are at what you do. Okay, that's very, very, that's very, very what very important. So at this moment, this is where we get to wrap up our session on how you can get to do what turn your creative skill, how you can get to convert it into what into a money making venture. So you want to identify what your creative niche is, you want to build an online presence, you want to explore monetization strategies, you want to network and collaborate, and then you want to stay ahead of the curve. So I hope this is helpful to you today. If you have any questions, feel free to put down your questions in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer your questions. So I do hope this session has been helpful to you this evening.
Yes, thank you so much. Like, NEPA has gone off here. We are in
Oh,
Nigeria.
okay. All right, sorry
Sorry,
about that.
sorry. But thank you so much. Are there any questions? The truth is that just like yesterday, network was a lot. And after the session, people had questions, but network already kicked off uh, speaker, guest speaker. So I said that if there are questions again by tomorrow, if you are available, that's if you're available, sir. While I'm about to round up, I will add you so that people can ask their questions. Because network, everybody has been complaining of network today. Everybody, in fact, my DM, they're like, network, man, network is not allowing us connect. And so it's a lot. But this session has been mind blowing. In fact, I think the last part you spoke about when you talked about staying ahead of the curve. I think I'm correct. Staying ahead of the curve. It just made so much sense because it's more like people are using the new trends, new strategies. I went on TikTok, and TikTok just brings up so there is a way to make a post on TikTok. They have these new creation insights, and when you go there, there are so many categories of so many categories. People who talk about productivity, people talk about building your brand, people talk about content creation, like just in stages like that. And then it has an arrow, so when you click on it, you see the kind of post people make, the kind of post people watch a lot, and then you see how people make use of these new music trends to make videos. But then in the video you will just see directions of maybe something they are trying to teach people, and that's how people make people gain followers, and they are still passing their message across, and they are still making their money. So when you talk about embracing and staying updated to industry trends, it just made sense. If you want to be a content creator, you have to go and see how they are doing it and see how to pattern your niche to that point. And embracing AI, oh my god. What Sometimes when I go online and see people teaching you how to make content creation through AI, how they can reform your voice, and a lot of other things, it's mind blowing. And I'm so glad you've opened our eyes to how to gain financially in 2025. There is something I've been telling my community, and I've been saying, I said it since yesterday, that this year, at the end of the year, when we look back at the things we've done, because we are intentional towards our growth, because we're intentional to whatever we want, when we look back, we would be, would be grateful for how much we've accomplished. The success would be a lot. The success would be mind blowing. And this is me saying thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. Uh, if When people send their questions in, I'm definitely going to message you, and then we'll talk about how to respond to them if you're available tomorrow, or how we should go about it. Is that fine, sir? Since network is doing its numbers on us. Is that fine? Are you with me, sir? Network.
Yes, I am. I am.
All right. So is that fine by you, sir? Tomorrow,
Yes.
like when people, since network is, yeah. So tomorrow we'll definitely ask our questions.
All
So
right,
for
now.
now, yes, let's just call it a night. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for always, when I worry in your DM, I tell you, oh, I wanted to speak at this event. You just you just listen to me, and you want to come and speak to my people. We truly appreciate. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. God bless
You're welcome. God bless you as well.
you. All right. All right. So everybody, I know network is doing its numbers, but when you come back and see this video, tomorrow is like the grand finale. Tomorrow will be ending the G series masterclass, the growth mindset, sorry, the God growth goals program. It's been an amazing time learning, unlearning, relearning. I can't go through all the mind-blowing things we've learned, all the mind-blowing topics, all the speakers. We're going to take out our time to, spotlight the speakers that we've had through this program. We're going to take our time to do that because they've been doing amazing with, like, in fact, let's not go into details, but they've honored me so much that just one call, they respond, they listen, and they give value. So it's not like you're inviting them because you don't have other options. No, no, no. It's because they are perfect for it. And when they come, they are giving you premium value, like value that is worth millions of naira. I spoke to, I think, my last cohort three and Great Mindset Modeling class. When we were done with the class, the students told me, "Ma, what you are charging for this class is not compared to what you are giving us." That is how intentional a true person who loves growth can be. A true person who is good in her job can be. You understand? Giving you premium value regardless. And that is what all our speakers have done in 12, or should I say in 11 sessions of this G series. From the normal sessions to this master class we started since yesterday. And tomorrow we're going to be crowning it all. We're going to be, we're going to be crowning this up. It's not over for our community because we have series of things coming up. But we're going to be kind of, closing the chapter on this in continuation to other things we have to do. And so I need you to be part of it. I need you to be part of that community. I need you to be part of that community. Please send me a DM and I will add you up. I will send you the link, you will join. I will add you up. Very soon, we are going to be closing that group. We're going to be closing it so that we only have intentional people in that group, people who are willing to grow, people who are willing to become. It's very necessary that people are intentional about the groups they find themselves in. Very intentional. It's very, very important that you are intentional about your growth this year. Nobody is going to push you. You are the one that will make a first push, and then people are interested in, okay, let's see what it becomes. I was speaking to someone, and just like I was telling you before the class began, we are almost done. While speaking to that my friend, I was telling him that, oh, my brain works like, I don't know, I can sit down here and just be literally thinking, what do I have to do for people? What do I have to do for my community? How do I make my friends better? How do I make my friends grow? I sincerely think these things. I'm not trying to make it up, I'm not trying to look good, but I sincerely think these things. And whenever I so because of just how my brain processes, how I think things, how I write down, sometimes this G series program, I was telling the community when we started that I've had this program over a year. I had it since 2023 beginning. Yeah, since the beginning of 2023. That is when I had this program. I think beginning of 2023, just 2023, beginning or ending, I can't be specific. It's somewhere in my diary. I had written it down, and I was just asking, when do we function it? Like, when do we practicalize this program? And last year was like the best time to do it. Last year was the best time to start it. And so while I was talking to this person about, oh, these are the things I do, this, I'm like, I'm even tired. And it's like, I know you do a lot, but I'm going to take it upon myself to just push you to keep doing, to keep thriving, to keep making sure that you get to your destination. And he would have not said that if I have not shown that I am worthy of this. I want to grow. I want to fulfill my purpose. I want to fulfill my purpose. And my purpose is in becoming, in betting results, so the result that you have gained knowledge today is me fulfilling my purpose. And that is why I extended my niche to, creating a group coaching program for people who are very intentional. In this coaching program, we learn on self mastery, we learn on goal setting, we learn on growth mindset, has a course on its own. We learn on communication skills, relationship building, we learn on leadership, we learn on profitable branding, and so many others. And so this program is one that is for you. It's starting tomorrow. It's starting tomorrow. And I don't think after tomorrow, like, in fact, today should be the last day of admitting people. And by the time we begin tomorrow, I don't know how you're going to catch up. So if you really want to join this program, send me a DM this night. Send me a DM this night. I'm going to add you up. It's just 5,000. 5,000 naira for your growth. It's as cheap as anything. It's as cheap as anything. See, this program worth 100K. It's worth more than. See, I can't even put an actual price tag on it. But just because I want it to be affordable for everybody, every single person, that is why we kind of slashed it to this price. And so you need to be part of it, because we're going to hold your hands and walk you through the purpose of your becoming. Yes, the purpose of your becoming. We're going to walk you through it. So we're going to end this program here. See you tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Hopefully network wouldn't do what it's doing to us today. We're going to, just do well. All right, take care and have a lovely night. Bye.